Hello, my treasures. It's time for another Rattlegore event task. This one is going to be task 9, which is to complete the Echo of Medivh heroic bounty using 3 demons. Do this, I did it 2 ways. The first one being nature, where we are just going to be using 3 nature mercenaries with 3 random demons on the bench, though Rathian can be really useful in this matchup. Also does struggle a little bit with the fact that it doesn't have any type of AoE, but that doesn't really matter too much. Duff, we are going to be using a Bramblethorn Totem as his equipment. Nemzi, we are going to be using Bog Moss. And Akandra, we are going to be using Toxic Venom, though it doesn't really matter what you use here. The additional serpents are just kind of nice to actually have. And on the bench, we have Demon's Mark for Rathian, and the other 2 we just have here on the bench. So they can be any other 2 demons that you really want to bring in. The second way I did this was taking a page out of my own book with my Echo of Medivh guide that I had, which was to use dragons, where we are going to be using Sinestra with Mana Brooch, Nefarian with Chromatic Dragonflight, Yulon with Pearl of Yulon as their equipments, and then random 3 demons. This build does have the added benefit of the fact that you do have an AoE in the form of Twilight Extinction, however it is a little bit harder to actually get up to the boss fight. To get up to the boss fight, you basically are going to be using Racking Swipe on turn 1, Nefarian you will be using Draconoid Rush every single turn, and Yulon you will mainly be using Jade Flame Buffet. However, if they are attacking base, then you might want to snipe something with a Jade Gust on turn 1 or 2. And then if you need any type of healing, you use Mana Barrier on whatever dragon that is needing the healing. And on the boss fight, you're basically going to be using Jade Flame Buffet so you can focus down Medivh as quickly as humanly possible. So let's look at how I did this with nature first, and then we'll look at how I did this with dragons. Okay, so we are going to be putting down Guff, Nemzi, and Andra. We are going to be focusing down the main boss body here. I tried a different variety of targeting different targets for this task, but this seemed to be the easiest way to actually do it, because I don't really mind leaving the protector up. This build does have a little bit of a weakness that it doesn't have a clear way to actually heal up your own mercenaries, but you should be able to still do this pretty easily using these 3 mercenaries anyways. And if you really need a heal, you can use Lady Anaconda to heal something up to be a little bit more safe. But I think here I preferred to try to nuke Echo instead of actually killing anything else, because they can actually have the other copies on their bench, and then you're going to have a much harder time. Now that it's dead, we're probably going to focus down the other one besides the original protector, and then slowly deal with all the individual really low HP mercenaries that are out here on the board. And then we're going to put Rathian down. Well, I guess we went for all the individual mercenaries just to get them out of the way. That works too. Then we're just going to leave the last one up, mainly because I'm not really worried too much about leaving it up. It doesn't really do much, because it's just going to repeat the double use ability every other turn. So we do actually have the explosive, but we aren't going to try to kill the explosive here, I don't think. I might have at one point in this boss fight, but you really shouldn't need it to actually win this match. I also do make a misplay in this replay where I wasn't paying attention to Sinestra's HP pool. And if I was, I could have easily figured out that she was going to die that turn, and that was a huge mistake. But make sure if your mercenaries get real low to actually heal them up, because you should be able to do this just with these 3 mercenaries. Generally speaking, this build felt a lot stronger on this boss fight. However, the time to get up to the boss fight was a lot more difficult with this build. This is where I should have used either Twilight Extinction or Mana Brooch on Sinestra herself, instead of trying to kill the main boss body. Also, probably don't pick up the treasure that revives Elon when she dies for the first time, because then you're going to have to kill every copy that Elon has twice, and it's going to be extremely annoying for you to do so, especially because you are an attack-based team. But yeah, you should have actually attacked or healed up with Sinestra there instead of attacking with her and then nuking the Long with the attack instead. Then Medivh wouldn't have a Divine Shield, but he would be a little bit higher and you could have killed him this turn. But it is what it is. Sometimes you make mistakes. Alright, I hope this task guide was helpful for you, and if it was, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.